Are we
Uh,
live?
it says we are.
Broadcast is live. I think we might be live. Are we working? So this is a surprise live. We didn't really prep or plan for this too much, but we wanted to get together and talk a little bit about yoga in the community and how it's changed to an online community and kind of what everybody's doing on their mat. This is Mirian. You guys might know her. She teaches at Deeply Art here in Jackson. I'm sure many of you have taken classes with her. Mirian, will you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mirian. Thanks, Kate, for inviting me to do this. It's the first for me to do a live interview, so I'm excited. I am a yoga teacher teaching at Yoga Studio Deeply Art, which has now kind of switched to home. So I guess that's how we'll get started. That's what we'll probably be going over. I hope you enjoy.
Yay. So Miriam and I practice together. We take classes. She teaches me. I teach her. It is a lovely, lovely relationship and friendship. I have known Miriam for years, decades, right? It's been a long
Yeah,
time.
I
um,
know.
we go back to high school days.
Yeah.
Guys, so if you're just tuning in and seeing that we're doing a live, feel free to comment on anything that you see if you have questions. But what I wanted to check in with other teachers and other students around the area or just in general, yoga practitioners, how has your practice been since we have been sheltered in place, since the coronavirus hit, since the studios closed? How has your practice been at
Uh,
home?
I would honestly say it is definitely different. I practice a lot. I practice at home a lot. I like to have a routine to do my yoga. But since we've been home, it's been a little bit different because I'm here all the time, and a lot of things have changed. So you have kids, and I'm working from home, so the schedule has changed quite a bit. Um, so actual like physical practice, I haven't had as much of a routine as I used to have. I do other things, walking, running, and then some other kind of things to stay like active. But honestly, I've switched my focus more on like reading and anatomy and that kind of stuff. Probably because I'm home and then I have some downtime to do that. So that's been my shift more is more yeah, looking into the anatomy of it, feeling it more physically in my own body, and kind of sitting with it a little bit more and studying it that way versus so much more of the physical practice of it, the movement.
And that's awesome. So instead of doing like a hardcore power yoga class, you've been like studying like the structural alignment of postures. Do you have one that you've been working on specifically?
No, not generally. You know, you get kind of used to the ones that you're more familiar with. So I'm just kind of branching out to a lot of ones that. So I like to do a lot of advanced poses, just because it's what I like to do. But when it comes to breaking down those postures and trying to kind of dissect them to teach it to someone in a proper format, it's something that I kind of left out of classes for the reasons of wanting to make sure that I do it the right way. Um,
Right, yeah.
for me, yeah, it's just been trying to look into those type of postures, a little bit more advanced postures, and a little bit better, so I can better teach it.
I feel that too. I feel like there's a lot of like challenging ones that you will like mess around with kind of, right, or play with. But I wouldn't, I wouldn't I wouldn't really incorporate it into my class because I wouldn't know what to say or even,
Right.
you know.
I
So
know how to do
like this
it.
way, and then I mean when I was trying it, I did it this way, but you do what you like.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's just different. It's interesting to. It's just giving the opportunity to study it even deeper, you know, and yeah, because it's always learning.
Right.
So, and it's something that I guess in a way that I want to be able to teach it in maybe a basics way or intermediate way into an advanced level, but really breaking it down throughout all of them instead of it having to be jumping right into like an advanced class for someone. Because I feel like a majority of the time people stay away from postures is because they just don't know really how to get into them. It's definitely not about perfecting it right away, but it's just how to get into it the right way, because it can look very confusing sometimes when you look at something and you're like, what?
Right, I agree. Yeah,
That?
it's like not so easy to put those classes in or put the postures into classes either, because it's you don't have that much time, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I was gonna ask, so we both have been teaching online because I'm guessing because we love to teach and we can't go without teaching. So we brought our classes online. So you did a live one on Facebook at Studio Deeply Art. Their Facebook, you guys can check them out. You probably maybe know them. It's Yoga Studio Deeply Art. What was it like doing the live class?
It was different. It was definitely different. I liked it. It was, I wasn't used to how it worked, so my camera was the wrong way the first time. That understanding like how quick it's gonna hit or when you're starting to talk to people, that's different because generally you're walking into the class and you start the class as a teacher. You let everybody know and you can visually see it. it I enjoyed it for the level of, again, it's just so much more knowledge on learning how you sound when you're teaching in class versus, because generally you don't listen to yourself. You're the one who's just communicating to the students.
Right.
So that was different. And I think it's always good to go back and hear yourself and see yourself and what you do and learn how to progress with that. It's also different in that, when you teach for a class, you have the opportunity to visually see students and speak to those students in order to like cue them in certain ways. Mm-hmm. When you're doing it and it's just you, I don't know if you do this, but I tend to cue myself all the time.
Right.
I'm always studying my placement, where my feet are, and the feeling too, like how my feet connect with the mat, both like say the big toe and the pinky toe side, or the heel, or your hands, or if it's all four, hands and feet, all of these things you're feeling and you're connecting with, but you do it so much as a teacher, I think, in your head, because mm-hmm. it's how you learn to teach the class or teach someone, how it feels, or the right way to do it. It's so hard to shift that. And for me, like to vocalize it, because I turn back into my head, and then I'm wondering, I don't know, did I cue that to people?
Yeah.
Or did I just say it myself?
I heard people comparing it to being like brand new teachers again. So all of a sudden we're online and it's a completely different place. And so we're like in the space of new teacherdom. Like, I don't know the word for that. But we're new teachers again. We're like questioning, like, did I do that right? What is this working out? Are they feeling me? Do they like this? Do you know what I mean?
Sure. Same like when you have new students that walk in, you know that you have a new student walking in the room. When you're in the studio, when you're live, you don't know who all these new students are, and it's hard in a way to feel like you want to make sure that you can make the class for everybody.
Right.
Yeah, it's different, but it's fun. Again, it's something new to learn, and I'm always ready to learn a lot more. So.
Yeah, same. I think the idea of self-study specifically with your teaching is taking on a whole different meaning right now, because you can really analyze what you've done. It's on record. So
right. It is, and that's learning to get over the fear. That's a big one, is letting go of the fear and just going with it. And once you go what it is, and I kind of like that, because you do that in a class too. It's just different when you can rewatch yourself do it. You don't rewatch yourself do it when you're in a class, when you're done, and everyone goes,
Right.
great. And you're
And
like,
then
thanks.
yeah.
And then if now you watch it, like, whoa, is that what I sound like?
It's curious. I don't think we're the ones that feel that way. I think maybe everyone who's teaching, except I think the difference maybe is have you done a Zoom class or anything where you can see the actual students?
Oh, I'm starting to lose you.
Uh-oh. Have you done a Zoom class or like a class where you can see students? I haven't done one.
Oh, I have not.
Yeah,
I've been in a
that might
class
be a
with
little
other
different.
students. In Zoom.
Say it again.
I've been in another class where there's Zoom. I participated as a student in a class, and that was fun. Have you done that?
No, I haven't yet. I'm gonna throw out some private or like one-on-one Zooms eventually, but I haven't done and I haven't been part of it yet either. I'm interested though.
Oh, that's a good idea. I never even thought about that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I did a mini one with Steph. Shout out Steph if you're watching. Stephanie and I did a little one-on-one and it was fun. It's nice to see people. It's nice to connect and see the faces, I think. I was gonna ask, so I wrote down notes. Unexpected positives of this situation. People call it the situation, or they like tiptoe around it. Unexpected positives of being in lockdown because of coronavirus.
The nice way to put it.
Right.
I guess for the most part, I've really I haven't really let it bother me too much. It's nice to be home. It's nice to be with my family, like really close with them. Yeah, we spend a lot of time together and even more actively too. So that's been really nice to have that around me. I don't usually tend to focus on anything that's negative. I I I don't know. I'm just not that really does. So when it comes to this, like it's just I just want to go with the flow. I really do. I try to be happy in just about every moment that I have. So I don't know what would be unexpected other than it's just I get to be home more. And I enjoy my
your
family.
husband into practicing with you? Sorry, I interrupted you.
What's that?
I said, have you roped your husband? Have you roped Perry into practicing with you yet? Does Jason practice with you?
No. No. Not we do other things though. We do work out. We do like we lift weights, we do pull-ups because we like to do rock climbing too. So and that's something that he has a big hobby in, so we try to keep up with that kind of stuff. And I like the mix, and it's nice to, I think, have different things to do.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that might be that. I ask you. I seriously, maybe we should get this going weekly. We can see how our practice has changed or what's going on in the yoga world. It's nice to connect and see your lovely face because I can't come. So, I was going to tell you, and I think there's other people who are included. Your class was my last live real studio class Wednesday. It was the last one that I went to, real life. Your Wednesday class.
My class?
Mm-hmm.
In studio.
In studio. Oh. It was like it was a group of us. I think Steph and Dave were there. Yeah, that was my last in studio class, so I have fond memories of it.
Oh yeah, that was the case too. That was so weird because I felt like, yeah, I didn't know that I wasn't going to come back. So, it's kind of like you wish that you had the opportunity to tell everybody, stay safe.
Right?
I'll see you around, or it's kind of like you ended it, you didn't get to say goodbye.
I know, I know.
So that made me a little, yeah, I thought about that afterwards because there are some people that, I just only see when I go to class. I don't really connect with them outside of it because you don't have to. It's always the purpose of why people just come to your class. But yeah, I was kind of bummed that I didn't get the opportunity to say goodbye to some people because now I'm like, who knows, when we'll be able to go back in there and have the class again. I didn't think it would be this long.
I didn't think so either. Yeah, I'm really glad I took that class. Uh, yeah, I think I was
Yeah.
going to ask you more things. What else was I going to? Oh, I was going to ask you. So when you're not doing just like a lead or like your own self practice, just experimenting, who are you looking at teaching online that you are drawn to or that you really like? You said you did a Zoom class. Was that with Hilltop?
Yeah, that was at Hilltop. Yes.
Yeah,
I always love going back there. Your classes, of course, too. I like to hop on too. Um, and then just I've been looking and following along with other teachers too at Hilltop, which has been nice because I didn't have the opportunity to go to other classes up there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been nice to practice with other teachers that were teaching at the studio. Aside from that, not too much. Yeah, because I've just been really busy. But I get a little bit more yoga now as far as like with the teachers than I did before because I was always teaching and didn't have the opportunity. And now it's like there's so much and it's so hard to like pick which one you want to do when you want to do it because there's so many opportunities, which is great. I love that. It's nice to see that.
Agreed. That has been my favorite thing. My favorite thing about quarantine has been the fact that every studio is just pumping out their classes so that there's no lack of online yoga. And people that I never like, I haven't taken a class with Joel at Hilltop. His Ashtanga class was live. It was really fun to go to that. I haven't been to Rachel's class. Or shout out to Hilltop, guys. We've been watching you a lot. It's super nice to be able to see all of that. It feels like a sampler of yoga has been opened up to us.
Yeah, a big, huge sampler. Yeah, it's in some ways it's like, wow, there's so many options out there to choose from, which is good. And I'm hoping that there's a lot of people that are getting the opportunity to do it too. That maybe were afraid to go into a studio setting, but now that they're home, they're taking that chance.
Yeah, I hope so too. I'm sure that people, who never have, I mean, there's probably people living across, let's hope, maybe internationally, yoga reaches all over, right?
Yeah.
It's the internet. It doesn't see those boundaries. So, yeah.
Right.
Well, I thank you for coming on to this Facebook Live. Andrew says, we can see his comments on the side. Okay. He's giving me a little feed to wrap it up, but do you have anything else you want to talk about, your practice? Anything that's, I don't know, that you want to share with Facebook Live? Hi, guys, whoever is watching.
I'm definitely gonna. Oops, sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm definitely gonna keep working on videos. I'm still kind of busy working, and so don't. I try to do it when I can do it and not try to overwhelm myself. But I definitely will be continuing to try to do some videos and put them out there.
Good.
Just because I think again it's just more education for myself and to just for my students for sure. I mean that's the number one thing for me is to give people the opportunity to learn and grow from it because it's changed my life tremendously. So I'm definitely always out there to share that. So look for more soon. I don't know when, but definitely more to come.
Good. Well, I'll join. So let me know. Share that on the website. Studio Deeply. Will you do it at Deeply Art?
Yeah, more than likely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Will you have a Studio Deeply Art? Ave's studio. Hi, Ave. We miss you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
We
important.
do.
Huh?
Oh, I said we miss everybody.
Oh my gosh, yeah. All the teachers at Deeply Art too. Hi guys. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say you should put up more videos. Your students need you. I feel that everybody needs as much yoga as they can get right now. All the time, regardless, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't tell. Sometimes I can't tell if you're buffering or if you're just staring at me. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for talking with me.
Okay.
If you're not doing anything this Sunday, I'm teaching a basics class. So we'll break down some postures from the ground up with all the simplicity. It's actually really not simple. It's pretty complex. So, but we'll break it down really easy. So you should come. Yeah.
Yes. And we'll work together too, because there's some more things I'd like to do.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Maybe we can team up. All right, I miss you, and I hope to see more of your classes soon.
Miss you too.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.